Sola Scriptura, everyone. This is His Word Only. It's time to open up the box. So today we're going to be going over the crypto blockchain, what the Bible says about it, and what it all entails. Some information that I've found, right? It's very, very interesting stuff. And right around the election time when all this stuff was happening, right? They rammed a bunch of cryptocurrency bills when everybody was focused on the Capitol Hill stuff, right? And BLM, right? They rammed down a bunch of cryptocurrency stuff. And then people are wondering why all this NFT stuff is coming about, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to get started in 1 Timothy. Let me exit out of this. Okay. 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Now, look at this. What do we have here? We're going to start out hot today. Churches starting to see cryptocurrency in the collection plate. Isn't that interesting, guys? James Lawrence, who founded InGiven to help nonprofits and especially churches process crypto donations. Though that surely some of the owners of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Zcash, Tron, Polkadot, or hundreds of other new and emerging cryptocurrencies would want to give a bit of it away. But even as these decentralized digital mediums of exchange grew more popular, ready? 2019 and 2020 were like a desert for the startups. By the beginning of 2021, InGiven had a grand total of 40 customers. We built the platform, we figured out how to do it, Lawrence said. We're like, someone's going to come to the game, right? But there were very few. Then something changed in 2021. The percentage of Americans aged 18 to 49 who own Bitcoin, the most well-known cryptocurrency, rose to 13%, roughly the same as the percent who invest directly in the stock market. In April, Coinbase, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, made its stock market debut, giving cryptocurrency increased legitimacy. So, that's the church merging with this stuff, right? And if you think that the church is, not going to help the beast, look at this. I'm going to show you scripture real quick. These things, this is John 16, 1 through 5 here. So you guys get the full context. These things I have spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. If only we had those words today. Everybody gets offended today. Anyways, they shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God service. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. They think they do. But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And that if we only just listen to his words, right, you would know. Like he says, right? Anyways. And these things I said unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I go my way to him that sent me. And none of you asketh, whither goest thou? See, the church is going to offer you up to him, right? And Matthew, we're going to go to Matthew 7:22 through 24. This is for the know you part, right? Even though they say they have Jesus, right? Listen to this. Matthew 7:22 through 24. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity, lawlessness. You that work lawlessness, or that want to do away with the law, right? Which is the commandments, his moral law. Therefore, whosoever heareth these things, these sayings of mine, and doeth them, the doctrine of Christ, the doctrine of Jesus Christ, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Right here is the doctrine of Christ, right? This is part of the doctrine of Christ. Why is it part of the doctrine of Christ? Because it's his words. It's very words, what he taught, right? You don't hear that in the church today. And then you wonder why. Because they have not known the Father nor me. They don't want to follow his ways. They want to be just like the world. And yeah, this is why you have this. The church starting to see cryptocurrency in the collection plate. Anyways. Revelation 13:16 through 17. Or 16 and 17. We all know this one, right? The infamous Mark of the Beast passage. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. Now, this is a physical mark, but also a spiritual one as well. People forget this, right? And it's not just a mark, right? And it's probably going to be a mark that you will get, right? Just like any slave, right? You got to mark them. But it's also who you serve, right? And what's, who do you follow, basically, right? And he will mark you. But now listen to this. Okay, free and bond receive a mark on the right hand or in their foreheads, right? The Lord has the same thing. The Lord talks about how his people will it'll be like on the frontlets of their eyelids, right? The forehead, and on their right hands. What is it about? Your works, right? What you do, and who you worship, or where you get your knowledge from, right? This is why God says that in the end, or the last days, he's going to give people over to a reprobate mind because they did not go after the knowledge of God, right? Anyways, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, let's say, can you have full control over that with the system we have now, right? With physical money. Well, here's the thing. I can go get paid under the table. I don't need to pay taxes and stuff, right? I mean, or I could just go find a black market somewhere, pay cash or pay gold, right? Or whatever, But if we have a full-on electronic crypto system, right? The government can deny who gets stuff, right? Who you can sell to, and if this person is a liability, right? And then it'll block, like, the people won't even, like, or I should say, the businesses won't even have to block it themselves, right? You'll be put on a block list. And then if that shows up in the system through that business or whatever, it's going to show a red flag and can't do business with you. How are you going to be able to, even do business with people on under the table and in the black markets and stuff like that, right? Now, if you're ultra rich, you'll be able to do whatever because that's just the way the world works, right? But think about that. Now, we have cryptocurrency being brought back into centralization, right? They put it out there. They put it out there and make it anarchish, right? And then so that way people they do all the scams, because that's what people do, right? People are people. They're going to scam people. They're going to do whatever, right? Now they're saying, okay, now we need to protect people, right? Protect the interests, and we need to centralize it. We need rules and all that, right? It always sounds, it's innocent like that, right? That's how these people work. Anyways, cryptocurrency 2022 legislation. This is this year now, right? Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find the. Here we go. This is 2020. This was the. Where is it? The HR 6154 Cryptocurrency Act of 2020. Referred to of the committee and finance. This started was I think was it March? Right here. And then at the end, during when all that stuff was going, anyways, yeah. Anyways, so they started this during all this stuff, right? When all that riots, well, not all of them, right? But when let's say the right and the left were bickering at each other. Okay, we'll just call it that. And while they were bickering at each other, they rammed this through our throats. Have you heard anything about this? This cryptocurrency act? Maybe some people have, I'm sure. But have you? The layman? No, I haven't. If it wasn't for Dan Bodondi, I wouldn't have even known that, man. That guy is awesome, man, at getting the news. I tell you what, man. He's one of the reasons why I started this channel, actually. Anyways, there's that. Let's start with that. Then we'll go to cryptocurrency 2022 legislation. Digital or virtual currencies are a medium of exchange, but are not regular money. Unlike dollar bills and coins, cryptocurrencies are not issued or backed by the U.S. government or any other government or central bank. The lack of physical token to count and hold may confuse some. Rather, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are a form of digital currency used in electronics or electronic payment transactions, no coins. Paper money or banks are involved. Sorry, I had to breathe there. There are 0 to minimum transaction fees. Transactions are fast and not bound by geography. My goodness. And similar to using cash. Transactions are anonymous. Digital currencies are stored in digital wallets, which are software or apps installed by users on their computer or mobile device. Each device or digital wallet contains encrypted information called public and private keys that is used to send and receive the digital currency. Sorry, I'm hearing something. Apologies, guys. Anyways, hopefully you guys can't hear that. All that digital currency transactions are recorded in virtual public ledger called the blockchain, which is maintained by digital currency miners. These miners can be anyone, anywhere in the world, and if you're a gamer, you know who these guys are. Let me tell you. Who is willing to invest in the specialized computer hardware needed to rapidly process complex computations. Miners are awarded digital currency like Bitcoin, Ripple, Dogecoin, Litecoin, and Litecoin in exchange for verifying each transaction and adding it to the blockchain. So there you go. But here we go. 37 states have addressed legislation regarding cryptocurrency, digital or virtual currencies, and other digital assets in the 2022 legislative session. Examples of enacted legislation include Connecticut required the Board of Regents for Higher Education to develop seminar programs to assist small business with the adapting to the business environment in the aftermath of COVID-19 pandemic through courses in the subject areas including but not limited to electronics commerce, social media, cybersecurity, and virtual currency. Indiana enacted legislation adding a new chapter to the Uniform Commercial Code that governs transactions involving controllable electronic records. South Dakota required a license transmitting virtual currencies shall hold like-kind virtual currencies of the same volume as that held by the license or licensee, but that is obligated to consumers in lieu of the permissible investments otherwise required. Liu, I hope that's how you say that. Washington and West Virginia updated their unclaimed property laws to include virtual currencies. Here we go, guys. They're doing it. They're starting to get their hands on it everywhere now. If you can't see what they're doing here. And now it's centralizing it. Wyoming amended statutory provisions regulating, ready, decentralized autonomous organizations. There it is. Alabama, House Bill 127. This bill exempts virtual currency herein defined from ad valorem taxation. Alaska, Arizona. Here's Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, or D.C., Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois. You guys get the point here, right? Pretty much everybody. Like, look at that. Pretty much everybody. Right? Here's the European side of it, right? Cryptocurrencies and blockchain. Legal context and implications for financial crime, money laundering, and tax evasion. Here we go. Right? So, cryptocurrencies and blockchain. The legal blah, 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 blah. Here we go. More and more regulators are worrying about criminals who are increasingly using cryptocurrencies for illegitimate activities like money laundering, terrorist financing, and tax evasion. People being people. You see what I'm saying? They do this for a reason. They let it out there so in an anarchy state, right? So that way they have to come in and fix things, right? And regulate it. The problem is significant. Even though the full scale of misuse of virtual currencies is unknown, its market value has been reported to exceed Euro 7 billion worldwide, or 7 billion euros worldwide. This paper reported or prepared by the policy department elaborates on this phenomenon from the legal perspective, focusing on the use of cryptocurrencies for the financial crime, money laundering, tax evasion. It contains policy recommendations for future EU standards. This is for you EU people out there, guys. Here's them decentralizing it. Of course, this is a huge document here, so it's something if you guys want to look at. You guys can pause it, get the thing here, so you guys can have the information yourself. Alright? Trust me, I don't feel like going through all of this. You know, we already went over that. We got the cryptocurrencies and the blockchain, right? And another thing is there's like a digital wallet, right? And you have your digital wallet, which you put all your cryptos in. There's like this code, I guess you could call it that, that links it all together, which is the blockchain, right? And I'm I'm not a big person on crypto, so I'm not necessarily sure on 100% how it works, right? But it's basically you have your wallet. There is a huge marketplace, the blockchain, right? Where everything's recorded, data, everything's on there. And then you got your data miners, which is like the bane of existence for gamers right now. And then they mine that blockchain, right? Is what goes on now. And what they're trying to do is centralize it, put it in the government's hands, right? So that way they can regulate it, is what's going on here. Okay. This is the U.S. cryptocurrency enforcement framework report. This was does it say when this was done up? I think it was done in 2021, I think. Or October 2020. That's right. Okay. My bad. So there you guys go. This is why all this crypto stuff is showing up all of a sudden. Why gaming companies are doing their stuff. We're going to touch on that here, right? This is kind of the same thing as the European one. Cryptocurrency enforcement framework. Pretty much all the European Union and the United States are talking about this right now. This is what they want. They want a centralized one. Centralized virtual currencies have a single administering authority that controls the systems. Yes, sir. But there you go. Here we go. Crypto industry poised to play a larger role in the midterm campaigns. Donations in 2011 far higher than in 2019. The 2022 elections will test whether the cryptocurrency industry, now more than 5 times its value in late 2020 and fired up by a tax provision enacted in November, will boost spending on political campaigns. Growing congressional and regulatory scrutiny of cryptocurrencies, along with the sector's exploding wealth, have set the stage for greater involvement. But it remains to be seen whether political giving will keep pace. CQ roll calls analysis of campaign donations found the spending across 12 organizations with industry ties is up from this point last cycle, though below the total ultimately spent in the 2020 election. Democrats, who narrowly control the House and evenly split the Senate, have benefited more than Republicans from the industry's largesse in the past. But some crypto advocates blame the party for a tax reporting provision in the infrastructure law that riled the industry. So what you're gonna start seeing is they're gonna start putting these crypto bros and crypto people. They're gonna start shifting to the right. And if you know where my stance is on that, I have a video out there called the three-headed eagle, and it literally talks about how that right head is gonna devour the left head. What you think on that? That's you. I'll just say this. I'm not right and I'm not left. I'm for Jesus Christ. And that's that. But anyways, there you go. Now it's starting to enter into the political world now. And then, of course, the 2020 bill that got it all started. One of the ones that got it started. Here we go. Here's Bitcoin. Now we're going to see what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that can be transferred on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network. Bitcoin transactions are verified by network nodes through cryptography and recorded in the public disputed ledger called the blockchain. There it is. The public disputed ledger. Sorry. I think this is the DL something? DLR or I think anyways. But it's the blockchain. And peer-to-peer basically means like it's going from person to person, right? Like a peer-to-peer network would be like, let's say in a gaming sense, right? A peer-to-peer would be you have this person has his connection here, and he's the host, right, of that connection, of that game. And you're connecting to that host, right? That's basically what peer-to-peer is, if you don't know what it is. Here's Ethereum. This is another popular one. It's not as popular as Bitcoin, but it will be because it just, we're going to see here. Anyways, it just merged. Hold on, okay. Let me give you the thing on Ethereum here. Ethereum is a decentralized open source blockchain with smart contract functionality. Ether is the native cryptocurrency of the platform. Among cryptocurrencies, Ether is second only to Bitcoin in the market capitalization. Ethereum was conceived in 2013 by programmer Vitalik Buterin. Now, okay, this might be it. Yeah, okay. Ethereum 2.0 merge coming soon. Actually, it just happened. The Ethereum merge is done, opening a new era for second biggest blockchain. See if I can find a good. Here. A day ago, the merge is an upgrade to Ethereum that changes the validation mechanism for transactions from a proof of work method to a proof of stake. Proponents say that this will make validating transactions on Ethereum much more energy efficient. It has been eagerly anticipated by the crypto community. Basically, they don't need high-end graphics cards anymore, right? And let's see. I'll bring this up for you guys so you guys know what this is. Proof of work describes systems that require a non-insignificant but feasible amount of effort in order to deter frivolous or malicious uses of computing power, such as sending spam emails or launching denial of service attacks. The concept was subsequently adapted to securing digital money by Hal Finney in 2004 through the idea of reusable proof of work. Using the SHA-256 hashing algorithm. Following his blah 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 blah. So proof of work. I gotta remember proof of stake. Duh. Okay. Okay. Security and economics. Learn about the. There we go. Okay, proof of stake. Proof of stake is cryptocurrency's consensus mechanism for processing transactions and creating new blocks in a blockchain. A consensus mechanism is a method for validating entries into a distributed database and keeping the database secure. In this case of cryptocurrency, the database is called a blockchain. So the consensus mechanism secures the blockchain. With proof of stake, cryptocurrency owners validate block transactions based on the number of staked coins. basically coins that have been proven, I guess, right? Was created as an alternative proof of work, the original consensus mechanism used to validate a blockchain and add new blocks. While proof of work mechanisms require miners to solve cryptographic puzzles, proof of stake mechanisms require validators to hold and stake tokens for the privilege of earning transaction fees. So basically, proof of stake is a coin that has been validated and not a scam, right? It has not been. And it's centralizing it. See what's going on here? Anyways. Or did I? Yeah, okay. Now let's get into NFTs, non-fungible tokens, what it means and how it works. Non-fungible tokens are cryptographic assets on a blockchain with unique identification codes and metadata that has distinguished them from each other, but can be hacked, as we can see. Unlike cryptocurrencies, they cannot be traded or exchanged at equivalency. This differs from fungible tokens like cryptocurrencies, which are identical to each other and, therefore, can serve as a medium for commercial transactions. NFTs are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain and cannot be replicated. NFTs can represent real-world items like artwork and real estate. Tokenizing these real-world tangible assets makes buying, selling, and trading them more efficient while reducing the probability of fraud. But you can hack them. Anyways, NFTs can also function to represent individuals' identities, property rights, and more. Collectors have sought NFTs as their value initially soared, but has since moderated. Yeah, let me just say this, everybody looks at this as a joke, right? There's a reason for that. So they can centralize it, right? And that way they can put this ID, this NFT ID, on everything, right? And everything could be biologically yours, right? To your biological identity. And if something does, and you aren't the right biological identity, something gets flagged and, you're trying to steal from somebody or whatever, and it flags, puts out alarms, everything goes off, because that NFT ain't yours, that unique signature, right? This is in like video games too, like with the bio identity with guns, right? Like there's some games where you can't use the enemy's weapons because they're bound to the user's identity or their biological DNA, right? So interesting. It's interesting the way NFTs are going, because right now they're looked at as a joke. And the gaming world, you're going to see here in a second, just trying to do this, but gamers are rejecting it, thank goodness. But like you're going to see a lot of people reject this stuff, and I don't think they really saw that coming, right? Anyways, but it will shift. It will shift because it's, there's going to come a time where this stuff will be implemented, right? It is the future. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, blockchain AI, the best of both worlds. Okay. There's such thing as perfect and flawless, or there is no such thing as perfect and flawless artificial intelligence, but one must admit that it's by far the most advanced technology available today. But is there anything that can make AI even more powerful than it already is? Blockchain proves to be the solution. Blockchain has been trending topic for a while now. Given the increased interest in cryptocurrency over the past few years, as of 2024, the blockchain market is estimated to reach 20 billion in revenue. Basically, blockchain is a technology that fuels modern cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin or Ethereum. However, blockchain is more than just crypto. In fact, it has tangible impact on many industries today, where it adds value to AI and significantly transforms almost every data-driven interaction in which a modern human is involved. They include medical research or healthcare records, supply chains, etc. Speaking technically, a blockchain is a digital distributed ledger of transactions supported by a network of computers. A bit confusing, right? Let's explain in simple terms. A blockchain, as the name suggests, is a chain of digital blocks that stores a certain amount of data and is difficult to hack or alter. Well, there you guys go. Blockchain and the AI. Now they're starting to put AI into the system here. Alright, and then here's the gaming side of this, right? Collect, play, and control. Ubisoft Quartz is a new experience for our players. Everybody hates this and rejected this, by the way. Built upon our visions of creating an ever greater connection between you and the game worlds you love. It's good to see people still have somewhat of their brains left. But anyways, so basically what this is you can make your own weapon skins, sell them on this marketplace, right? But it's just another way for Ubisoft to make money, of course, right? And it's scummy, right? And plus, it can be hacked, right? Limited editions. Each digit is released as part of an edition that is composed of an immutable number of items. No new digits will ever be added to an existing edition until it's hacked. You see what I'm saying? You see how it's a joke? But every single digit features a serial number. This serial number is displayed on the collectible and the in-game item. Only have control of this digit. Player names. Each digit will also be tied to the player names of its previous and current owners, bringing you fame for years to come. Okay. I mean, how does that stop from the other people from reclaiming it, then? If all their names are attached to it. I don't know, there's probably some provisions to that, but do more. You are in control. Unless you get hacked. Anyways. Here's the little NFT market, right? This is what people are making their money off of right now. And doesn't look like, I mean, there's a bunch of them. This one's been offered, but like, you don't see too many of these being bid on. And why? You know, like, why would you want this? There's no reason for this stuff here. But anyways, that's coming to a future near you. But these, I believe these NFTs are going to start connecting to biological data here soon. Because like you just said, nothing can be replicated with it, right? Unlike Bitcoins, they can. So, anyways. Alright, and I like to end things on a good note here. Give you guys a little bit of hope. John 15:18 through 27. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. Now, if the church was of him, why are they church starting to see cryptocurrency in the collection plate then? They wanted to be part of the world. Oops. Anyways. And the world will love its own, right? That's why they're able to fill stadiums. But because ye are not of this world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. You're probably like, this ain't comforting. Like, why in the heck are you saying this? It's because that means you're preaching the truth. If the world hates you, you're bringing the truth to the world. Right? Anyways, remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. Right? You know, just like we read in this one, right? They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whoever killeth, or that killeth you, will think they're doing God a service, right? Anyways, and if they have persecuted me, they will persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also, right? The doctrine of Christ. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me, right? It's the same thing, right? Matthew and all that, right? Matthew 7:22 through 24 there. Or I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity, right? Okay. And if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. Basically, God exposed them. Jesus exposed these guys, right? That do the things in the dark. They hide behind tunnels and underground and do their evil workings and stuff, whatever, behind closed doors. Now there is no cloak. And he that hateth me hateth my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now they have both seen and hated both me and my Father. Basically, he exposed them. He's saying here that he exposed them, right? He's exposing their hearts. When Jesus came, he exposed the true people, the true let's say like with the Pharisees, right? Everyone probably thought these Pharisees were great and all that, but then the people that saw Jesus and believed in Jesus looked at the Pharisees and were like, wait a minute, these guys aren't holy. You know what I mean? He exposed them. They exposed themselves. This is what they do, right? When the truth is presented to them. But anyways, here we go. But this cometh to pass, that the rule might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. Alright. Let's end it here. John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. You hear that? You will have tribulation, because you are not greater than the Master. There's a lot of Christians out there who think they don't have to suffer, right? They're going to be raptured. You know, that they don't have to deal with what Jesus had to deal with, right? And in their minds they're thinking they're not necessarily thinking this, right, that they're greater than Jesus, but that's exactly what they're saying, right? That I don't have to go through what Jesus had to go through because he did it for me, right? He died for you. He paid the penalty so you don't have to go to hell. You know, but the world hates him. And if you follow him, it will hate you, right? But he will give you peace and joy, love, and just being a good person, right? He will put that into you. And that will give you peace, you know, living by love, joy, and all that, right? Even though the world will hate you, it will persecute you, it will, you know, try to destroy your light, right? The light that's within you. But he has overcome the world, right? So which gives you he gives you the authority now to overcome the world yourself, right? This goes from addictions to um I don't know, you guys get what I'm saying. But when you start following his ways, and doing his will, anything, he says, anything that you ask that's according to his will, right? He will do. So do not fret, right? Even though you're going to have tribulation, it will suck. But Jesus will give you the life, right? He will give you the truth, and he will give you peace. That is far greater than safety and all the junk that we can get here, right? And sitting on our butts all day playing video games, guilty as charged. But anyways, yeah. The moral of the story is, yes, you're going to go through tribulation, you're going to go through hard times, but in the offset, Jesus will give you peace, love. You're going to know where you're going to go. You're going to know there's a better life, you know, in the future that's coming. You know who Jesus is. You know that he is good. That brings peace, right? That makes you're going to live by joy and love when you know that Jesus is the king, right? But anyways, I know that was a terrible explanation there at the end. But anyways, alright, don't end it just yet. Anyways, this verse was brought up to me, and this is actually a really good one at the end here. Matthew 16:26, or let me just say Matthew 16:23 through 28, this whole thing here. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. Following his will, right? Doing his will. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death, till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Amen. Now we can end it. You guys have a wonderful day.